Children, let's see some properties of ratio proportion. I have just written over here Dendo's. Now children, this is not any name given to this particular properties. This is only my language. There is no such name by Dendo's. It is only my way of teaching my students. So in the near future, whenever you watch my other sums, you will hear from my side by Dendo's. So you should know that what Dendo's I'm talking about. That means I'm talking about properties of ratio and proportion, right? So let's start with the very first one. What is the very first property of ratio proportion? Invertendo. Now what is this invertendo? Let's understand. If A by B is equals to C by D, then by invertendo it is B by A is equals to D by C. So if you see, many of you all have understood it. If you see, what we have done is we have just inverted the values of A and B. Now whatever we do to the LHS, the same thing should happen to RHS also. So for example, we have one ratio. For example, we have one ratio, say it is 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. Now 5 by 3 is nothing but 15 by 9. Children, you can cross check it, right? 5 3s are, there are the 3 5s are, 3 3s are. So again I'm going to get 5 by 3. So 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9, only to make you understand that we have A by B is equals to C by D. Then what when I apply invertendo to this? When this ratio is given to us, what when I apply invertendo to this? Then can I say, then by invertendo, B by A, so it's going to be 3 by 5 is equals to, the same thing happens on the RHS side also, 9 by 15. Children, on further deduction, reducing this value, you will again get 3 by 5. So those who are thinking that sir, our value has changed, initially we had 5 by 3 and now we are having 3 by 5. Here also we had 5 by 3 equal to 5 by 3, but now we are having 3 by 5 equals to 3 by 5. Children, application of the Dendo's, that is properties of ratio proportion, doesn't tell any time that your answer will not change. See, when you apply a particular property, the answer has to change. But what is the main thing we are supposed to understand is that LHS, after applying the property, the LHS of the application and the RHS of the application should be the same. Are you getting me? You cannot take 5 by 3 and 3 by 5. After applying a particular property to a question, on application, the LHS and RHS should be the same. So what's invertendo? Invertendo says that if A by B is equal to C by D, then by invertendo B by A is equals to D by C. How about alternendo? The second one. Alter means to change, swap the values. What exactly we are talking about? If A by B is equals to C by D, then by alternendo, it's A by C is equals to B by D. So what did we do so? We swapped the positions between B and C. What did we do so? We swapped the positions between B and C. When we swapped the positions between B and C, what happened is A by C is equals to B by D. The question arises in your mind right now is that every time in alternendo, it's always that B and C get swapped. It is never that A and D will get swapped. Children, alternendo applies to A and D also. So if you want, you can apply, the answer will be D by B is equals to D by B is equals to C by A. But maximum number of times when you see properties of ratio proportion and when you try to take sum, right, wherever alternando is applicable, maximum number of times, children, what are you going to see is that the swapping takes place between B and C rather than A and D. But I have never said that you cannot swap the positions between A and D. You can equally do so. So if A by B is equals to C by D, then by alternando A by C is equals to B by D. Let's take an example. I shall take the same example here. So it's example 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. Then by alternando, it's swapping between B and C. So it is 5 by 15 is equals to 3 by 9. Check what is the outcome. 1 times 3 times. So it is 1 by 3. 1 times 3 times, again it is 1 by 3. So after applying the dendo, that is alternando, I'm getting 1 by 3 on either side of my LHS and RHS. Right, children? Right? So how many dendos in my language? How many dendos have we studied up till now? 2. What is the first one? Invertendo. If A by B is equal to C by D, then by invertendo, it's B by A is equals to D by C. Alternando. If A by B is equals to C by D, then by applying alternando, it is A by C is equals to B by D. Right, children? Now comes the third one, componendo. Now, children, from where this particular property componendo came from? The answer is, this came by adding 1 to each of the LHS and RHS. What I'm trying to say, first understand what is the property, and then I'll make you understand from where this particular thing came. If A by B is equals to C by D, again everywhere A by B is equal to C by D, then by componendo, answer is A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. So if you look from the ratio which is given to us, what are we doing? We are adding denominator to numerator by denominator. We are adding denominator to numerator by denominator. Check it out. Numerator plus denominator by denominator. Whatever we shall do on the LHS part, the same thing has to be done on the RHS part also. So it is C plus D by D. Numerator plus denominator by denominator. Right? First, let me show you the example, and then I'll show you that how this particular thing came. So, example, again, as I said earlier, I'm going to take the same ratio. 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. Then, by componendo. What can I say? Numerator plus denominator. 5 plus 3 by 3 is equals to 15 plus 9 by 9. Check it out, children. How much is 5 plus 3? 5 plus 3 is 8 by 3. How much is 15 plus 9? 24 by 9. Children, on cancelling, this can also be said as 3 8 times, 3 3 times. So again, I'm going to have 8 by 3. 3 8s are 24, 3 3s are 9. So again, I'm going to get 8 by 3. Right? Now, as I stated, from where did this came? Children, componendo is nothing but, as I stated earlier, it is adding 1 to LHS and RHS. So I'm just writing with a different marker only to make you understand from where did this came. So it's here that A by B is equals to C by D when given to me. What am I doing is, math says that you can add whatever you want on LHS and RHS, but whatever you do to LHS, so I say adding 1 on both the sides, plus 1 plus 1. Can we do that? Certainly we can do that. Now, what about the LCM? If I take LCM, I'm just showing you in this way, as I said earlier in my earlier videos also, that I'm showing in this way so that actually this is not the right way to tell you the LCM, but to make you understand that we are taking an LCM, it's A plus B by B is equals to C plus D by D. So what is componendo? Componendo is nothing but adding 1 on both the side of a ratio. Adding 1 on both the side of a ratio. When we add 1 to both the side of the ratio, what we get is nothing but componendo. So once again, very quick revision. What is componendo? If A by B is equal to C by D, then A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D. Adding denominator to the numerator by denominator is what componendo is all about. Children, if adding 1 on both the side is what is componendo, then subtracting 1 from both the side is what is dividendo. If adding 1 on both the sides of the equation given to us, or the ratio which is given to us, is what is componendo, then subtraction of 1 from each of the ratios is what is dividendo. So let's first understand what it is. Like componendo, A by B is equal to C by D. Here also A by B is equal to C by D. Then by dividendo, subtracting the denominator, that is A minus B by B is equal to C minus D by D. So we are subtracting the denominator by denominator on both the sides. Right? Here we are adding. Over there we are subtracting. That's the only difference. So for example, shall I say example is the same? 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. For example, 5 by 3 is equals to 15 by 9. What next? By dividendo. by dividendo what can I say? It is 5 minus 3 by 3 is 15 minus 9 by 9. How much is 5 minus 3? 2 by 3. How much is 15 minus 9? 6 by 9. On dividing, 3 2s are 3 3s are 3 2s are 3 3s are. Again I shall get 2 by 3. Again I shall get 2 by 3. The way in which I made you all understand this, that is adding 1 on both the side. This is nothing but subtracting 1 on both the sides. So if A by B is equals to C by D given to me, then what am I doing is subtracting 1. Again, working with the LCM, what do I get? A minus B by B is C minus D by D. That's what dividendo is all about. That's what dividendo is all about. The last one, the all important one. That doesn't mean that the remaining 4 are not that important. But you will see maximum number of sums we apply this depending upon the question, mind you, depending upon the question. I shall tell you also. I shall tell you when to apply what, right? Everything will be told to you when we solve sums. The last one is by componendo and dividendo. Combination of both. Combination of both. Now what I would like to say is, how did this came? In a very simple way, after learning componendo and dividendo. After learning componendo and dividendo, I would like to say simple thing, right? Children, do we have this one on application of componendo? Let me say this as equation 1. Do we have this one on application of dividendo? Let me say this as equation number 2. We have equation number 1. So if you want, I'll write down this as 1, this as 2. You just divide 1 by 2. You just divide 1 by 2. On dividing 1 by 2, A plus B by B upon A minus B by B, BB gets cancels off. What I'm left with? Componendo dividendo. If A by B is equal to C by D, then by componendo dividendo, A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. How it came? We just divided 1 by 2. A plus B by B upon A minus B by B. BB gets cancels off. We are left with A plus B upon A minus B. Whatever happens on the LHS side, the same thing happens on the RHS side. What gets cancels off? D shall get cancels off. And what we get? C plus D upon C minus D. Right? Let's take again an example. Right? We have the same one. Example. 5 by 3 is 15 by 9. 5 by 3 is 15 by 9. Then by componendo dividendo. I'm just writing a shortcut. Componendo dividendo as C and D. By componendo dividendo. You need not write down, please. I'm just writing by componendo dividendo. What is the outcome? 5 plus 3 upon 5 minus 3 is 15 plus 9 upon 15 minus 9. What when 5 plus 3 is done? Answer is 8 by 2. How about here? 24. 15 plus 9 is 24 by 6. 2 1 times. I'll show you the cancellation. 2 1 times 2 4 times 6 1 times 6 4 times. Again I have the ratio 4 by 1. Again I have the ratio 4 by 1 on either side after applying C and D. Right, children? So this was the last one by componendo dividendo. A very quick revision of all 5. A very quick revision of all 5. First, invertendo. If A by B is equal to C by D, then by invertendo, B by A is equal to D by C. Second, alternando. If A by B is equal to C by D, then by alternando, A by C is equal to B by D. One more note, it's not necessary that every time B and C get swapped. Even if you want, you can swap A and D as per the condition in the problem. Third, componendo. Actually, componendo means adding 1 on both the side of the ratios. If A by B is equal to C by D, then A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D. Dividendo, it means subtracting 1 from each of the ratios. If A by B is equal to C by D, then A minus B by B is equal to C minus D by D. And finally comes componendo dividendo. If A by B is equal to C by D, then A plus B upon A minus B is C plus D upon C minus D. Children, keep this in mind. Whenever they say using properties of ratio proportion, right? Solve so and so. That means you have to make use of dendos. You have to make use of dendos, not by some other way you can get the answer, and you should get the answer. right? Please have a glance once again.